Welcome to the Lovestead.
Hello my friends, welcome back to Lady Lovestead Reads. My name is Jessica and this is my weekly reading vlog. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Great to see you. This vlog is a little bit wonky. It's December 9th, a Thursday, and I'm just now getting checked in to start filming because I had to do jury duty and that threw off my schedule pretty big time because it was also a week back to work, starting a winter term, and just a lot going on right now. And I'm feeling it. Not feeling the greatest today, but hopefully things will perk up here because jury duty is over. So now it's just a matter of like catching back up at work, catching up with all of your Vlogmas videos, catching up with my own content, etc. I did try to film some vlog material for Slavicathon, which was the first weekend in December. So I'll try to put together that material in some sort of cogent way for you here in this vlog. So, before we really get going here, we'll flash back and do some Slavicathon footage. But before we do that, let me just kind of share with you what I'm reading right now and where I'm at with my reading. I am reading now for the Reindeer Readathon, and one of the books I'm reading is called There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. I'll put the image of the cover up here. This is a dark romance about two serial killers who fall for the same woman. I've still only made it one chapter through, but I really enjoyed the one chapter, and I'm reading this for my Vixen prompt for the Reindeer Readathon, which is a book that has recently caught your eye. Crystal at Crystal's Bookish Life has talked a lot about this book, and her description of it and what she said about it really piqued my interest, so I decided I needed to get my grubby little fingers on it. So that is one that I'm working on. Another one that I'm working on is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I'm buddy reading this with my friend Johara at The Witchy Reader, and I don't really know which prompt I will apply this to for the Reindeer Readathon, but for Slavakathon, I did read this as one of my books. This is the sequel to The Six of Crows. It is part of the Grishaverse, the Shadow and Bone universe, and it's about heists. So it's a group of like misfits and criminals who formed a merry band, and they go on heists. In Six of Crows, on their big heist, one of their crew members is taken hostage. So in this book, they are working to save that crew member. And that's what's happening so far. I did get to read a little bit of this while I was on jury duty when we had like breaks and stuff. And so I'm on page 93. And I really enjoy it. The first chapter brought back a character from Six of Crows that made me really excited. And it's another slow burn, and it's another one that does the perspective from, all the different characters. And there are a few new perspectives in here, like Wylan now gets his own POV, and that's fun. And it really just kind of picks up where the first book left off. Same vibes. Same kind of development, and I'm really enjoying it. The third book that I'm working on is one that I started in November for Indigathon, and it is The Last Report on the Miracles at Little No Horse, and I'm listening to this on audiobook. I was not able to get any of it listened to so far in December because of jury duty. I couldn't exactly be on my phone in jury duty, so I think the last time I checked in on that one, I was like 23% in, and it's interesting, and I'm enjoying it, but it's just been a while since I've revisited that one. So that's what I'm currently reading. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and flash back to content from the Slavicathon Readathon, and hopefully I'll be able to put this together in some sort of cogent way. If not, I will come back here and try to clarify anything that doesn't make sense. So here we go, back in time. Whew, I am so excited for this readathon. This readathon is being hosted by Sasha at the Wild Sasha. The way that this came about was in the middle grade monthly book club hosted by Jade at JD Ray Reads and Gavin at How to Train Your Gavin. We had read a book based on a Slavic fairy tale. So it was, what was it? A Wolf for a Spell is what it was called. And when we were doing the live chat for that book, a lot of folks really like Slavic fairy tales and folklore and mythology. And so people kept asking, like, we should do a Slavic Readathon, right? And so Jade reached out to Sasha, and Sasha put this readathon together. So thank you so much, Sasha, for listening to the masses and giving us what we wanted. I know that this takes a lot of work on your part. So thank you. And if you're participating in this readathon, do make sure to thank Sasha for her hard work on this. So the Slavakathon Readathon is taking place the first weekend of December, December 3rd through 5th. And for this, we have a bingo board. So here's what the bingo board looks like. And for me, I think that I can get a bingo. I'm not going to be able to hit every single prompt on that board, but I think that I can get a bingo in the second row. So the second row says, On a Mission, oldest book on the TBR, feather on the cover, and yellow book. The two books that I'll be reading for the Slavakathon are Crooked Kingdom. When Sasha did her announcement video for this readathon, she actually recommended the Six of Crows duology, and I've been buddy reading these with my friend Johara at the Witchy Reader, and we read Six of Crows last month in November, and now we're picking up Crooked Kingdom here in December. So I'm going to read this, and this meets the prompt for On a Mission, because these are heist novels, and feather on the cover because crow. The second book that I'm going to read is The Magic Pea-Hens, which is a collection of Serbian folk tales. One of the goals of this readathon that Sasha has stated is that we want to read more Serbian, or not Serbian necessarily, but Slavic folk tales, fairy tales, mythology, etc. That's one of her main goals in creating this readathon. So last month, Brandon and I, if you don't know, Brandon is my boyfriend, we took a trip out of town to a bookstore, used bookstore, and I found this at the bookstore. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is perfect. So it meets that criteria of reading about some Slavic fairy tales, folk tales, etc. And on the bingo board, this will count for oldest book on my TBR because it is the oldest one on my December TBR. And yellow book, because look at all that beautiful yellow. I mean, bingo. So today is Friday, and I'm going to vlog through the weekend as I read these books, and we're going to have a grand old time. So the plan for today is to read 9 Magic Pea-Hens and other Serbian folk tales collected by Vuk Karadzic. And so I'm going to read there's 34 folk tales in this, or fairy tales in this, and so I'll read 2 or 3 folk tales, and then I'll rotate between that and Crooked Kingdom. So maybe it'll be read a chapter or 2 of this and then a couple of folk tales. But the plan in between reading today is I have some house chores to do, and I am going to go out to the barn and work with my horses a bit. I think those are the main plans. Oh, I wanted to work on my bullet journal. And I think while I do my bullet journal, I think Sasha might be having sprints today. I'm not sure. Somebody's having reading sprints today.
So maybe while I'm bullet journaling, I will log into some sprints. Home from my horse lesson, not riding my horse yet, but training my horse. I had some dinner. We had Caesar salad and spaghetti for dinner, and now I am settling in to get back to reading, and I'm just going to rotate between my two books. So my Pea-Hen book and Crooked Kingdom. I read the first chapter of Crooked Kingdom before I left to go to the barn, and it was pretty interesting. They introduced a new point of view from a character that was not originally in Six of Crows, so interested to see where that goes. And then I read the first couple of folk tales from this one, and they were really fun. Something that I noticed is that there's a lot of horses involved in these folk tales so far, which I am here for. So I'm going to settle in. It's about 8:30 now in the evening, and I'm going to settle in, and we've got The Grinch going for our movie. Going to read more, maybe make some hot cocoa, have a grand old time.
Hello, BookTube. It is Saturday, and if you're hearing a buzzing in the background, it's a fish tank air pump that I have that's on the fritz. And I've mentioned before that one of the projects that I have in mind for my house that I'll probably share with you in a vlog is redoing my 75-gallon fish tank, making it really nice. So that's still on the horizon, but yeah, so Saturday, where are we at? Books. So last night, I only read one chapter of this, but the first chapter had me like shocked and intrigued. So definitely going to read more of this. I'm actually going to be on my friend Johara's live show tonight. She is who I'm buddy reading this book with, and so we're going to chat about this on the live show. The live show is for her 22nd birthday party. So that's what the live show is for, but I'll be reading this during our sprints tonight at 6. I made quite a good amount of progress in this. I'm about 25% of the way through, and so far my favorite folktale has been the one that the title is based on, which is the 9 Magic Pea-Hens. It was really good. It was really like fantastical and tense and had interesting characters and symbolism. I don't know that I completely understand the symbolism yet, but honestly I don't know that I ever understand the symbolism in a fairy tale or a folk tale, because sometimes some of it's just nonsensical, right? I am really curious to know about Serbian culture though, because so much of what I'm reading in these folk tales intrigue me about the culture. So it might be an area where I try to do more reading in 2022. So, you know, thank you, Sasha, for this inspiration. I feel like this vlog's a little bit fragmented because I'm trying to do 2 at once. I'm working on the Reindeer Readathon vlog and the Slavicathon Readathon vlog, which is a weekend readathon vlog. So I do have my sheets and stuff in the washing machine. Very exciting stuff happening in the Lovestead household today. I am now going to have
Maggie, my doggy, pick out my Blitzen prompt for the Reindeer Readathon. So the Blitzen prompt is to do a randomized choice between like 3 options. So I'm going to put a treat on top of each book and then have Maggie pick out which book she wants me to read. Let's go through what my 3 options are. Number 1, Ice Cold by Tess Garretson. This is book, I believe, 8, maybe 9 in the Rizzolian Isles series that I'm doing a reread of. Ice Cold, so perfect for this time of year. The first time I read this book, I read it in one sitting. So curious to see if that'll happen again with the reread. So what this is about is Mora Isles is on some sort of trip, and I don't remember what the trip is for. Well, maybe it says on the back. Oh, it's a spur of the moment ski trip. And she ends up snowbound in Wyoming in this like remote area with a bunch of people. And like accidents happen, murder happens, they have to fight to survive. Like, it is so good. So that's option 1. Option 2 is Frostheart. Are we seeing a theme here? Ice, frost, cold, winter, December. So Frostheart I meant to read last month for Believeathon and I never got to it. And I'm not entirely sure what this is about other than it's an adventure story and it's like a polar narrative or a polar expedition, adventure, fantasy, fantastic stuff. Nothing but good things have been said about this book, and I've been meaning to read it for a very long time, and so it's going to be one of the 3 options. And then the last one is one I just got from my library. My hold came available, and it is Empire of the Vampire, and I'm not going to lie, I really kind of hope she does not pick this one because it's huge. It is how many pages of very fine print font? Like 700 and some pages. And while it looks really cool, I just don't know that I can get through this heckin' chonker in December. And if it gets picked for the readathon, of course I'm going to try because I don't want to let my team down. So please, Maggie, don't pick this one. I have no control over what she picks. She's not trained. She can sit, and that's about it. So, taking a risk here with this one. But I don't know what this is about either, other than it's a vampire thing. As 27 long years since the last sunrise, for nearly 3 decades, vampires have waged war against humanity, building their eternal empire even as they tear down our own. Now only a few tiny sparks of light endure in a sea of darkness. Okay, so it sounds like vampires versus humanities kind of story. I want to read it, but I don't know that I want to read it this month as a readathon prompt. All right, here we go. We're going to do this. Here comes Maggie. In 3, 2, 1, go! Frostheart! Okay, Frostheart it is. Thank you, Maggie. Good girl. Good girl, Maggie. You're a good girl. Thank you. Oh, you really like Frostheart. Okay. Thank you. Good helping. Yeah.
Hello BookTube. It is Saturday. Yesterday I didn't get a whole lot of footage. Monday night one of my friend's husbands passed away unexpectedly. So yesterday I worked and then I took food over to the family and, you know, was appropriately bummed. And so Brendan and I got cupcakes. So these are the cupcakes that we got. We got Sully, which is like a monster cookie. It is my favorite cupcake that they make. These two are white chocolate peppermint mocha. These two are creme brulee. And this one is caramel something or another. Oh, caramel, molten caramel. That's what it is. And then the rest of the night I did have kind of a peaceful, relaxing evening. We had dinner at home. We had the fire going. We read. We watched Christmas movies. Had some tea. And that was about it. And I think that I am going to go ahead and wrap up this vlog here so that I can get some semblance of something put together for you for Monday. So I'm not even going to wrap up what I read. I think I read the 9 Magic Pea-Hens, which was the book of Serbian folk tales. I gave it 3 stars out of 5. I worked on reading Crooked Kingdom, haven't finished it. I didn't make any progress on The Last Miracle at Little No Horse by Louise Erdrich, and I didn't make any progress on There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. Now, next week I will be getting back into the swing of things. I am not going to let Team Stalking down. So that'll do it for today. If you made it this far in the video and you want to just let me know you're here, leave some sort of emoji related to jury duty in the chat down below. And until next time, make sure that you continue to read good books, drink good coffee, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye!